If you're a lawyer and you have a law firm that wants to make a profit, then watch this video because we're going to talk about 10 things that you can do to guarantee that you will make zero profits whatsoever. Now, why am I talking about how to make zero profits whatsoever? Well, this is a concept called inversion thinking, and Charlie Munger talks about inversion thinking, and I think it's a really powerful tool, right? And if you don't know who Charlie Munger is, Charlie Munger was, I think he still is, Warren Buffett's business partner. And in fact, Howard Buffett, Warren Buffett's son, said that Warren Buffett, his father, was the second smartest person that he ever met. The only person he ever met who was smarter than Warren Buffett was Charlie Munger. So, what is inversion thinking? Inversion thinking is based on the concept that our brains are better at finding problems than they are at finding solutions. So instead of creating a video that talks about 10 ways to guarantee that you're going to make a profit, which would probably go in one ear and out the other, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about 10 ways to guarantee that you'll never make a single cent. And then by doing that, all you have to do is just avoid all the things that I talk about, and then you'll make a profit, right? That's the easiest way to explain this. It's actually pretty powerful if you really kind of put this practice into your real life, right? So the first way to guarantee that your law firm will never make a profit, will never make a cent of profit, is to take financial advice from poor people. And for that matter, just always assume you're right and never hire a coach to help you with anything, right? Now, think about this. If people are poor, why would you listen to them? That's like taking weight loss advice from somebody who weighs 300 pounds. No offense if you weigh 300 pounds, but if I want a six-pack, I'm going to ask somebody who has a six-pack, how did you get your six-pack, right? So that's the thing that you have to think about. A lot of times we take advice from all kinds of people, and free advice is one of the most dangerous things that you can ever get. Free advice, I heard an expression, free advice is the most expensive thing you'll never pay for, right? Never, never, never take advice from people who are not successful, who are not already doing the thing that you want to do. So, the number one way to guarantee you'll never make a profit with your law firm is to take financial advice from poor people. Now, the second way to guarantee that you will never turn a profit with your law firm is to never figure out what your clients actually want, right? Now, I call this selling the plane ride, not the resort. Let me explain what this means. A couple of years ago, I went on a trip to Cancun with my wife, and we had a travel agent. The travel agent told us all about the resort. She told us how it was all you could eat, all you could drink, how our room was right on the beach. We actually had our own plunge pool. We had a butler. There was 7 restaurants. You get your own tiki hut on the beach, and they serve you food and drinks right on the beach. But the one thing that they didn't tell us about, the travel agent, the thing the travel agent didn't tell us about was the airplane ride to get there, because nobody wants the airplane ride. The airplane ride sucks. It's always the worst part of the trip. The day that teleportation is invented, the airlines will be out of business because nobody wants the plane ride, right? So how does this relate to your law firm? Well, think about this. If you are a divorce lawyer, for example, nobody wants a divorce. Nobody wants to go to court and fight with their spouse and, fill out, all the paperwork and all that stuff. They don't, and do mediations. They don't want that. What they want is they want freedom. They want, time with their kids. They want whatever it is that they want, right? If you're a estate planning attorney, nobody wants an estate plan, right? Nobody wants a will or a trust. What they want is they want to make sure that they have the peace of mind that if something happens to them, that their kids and their family and their assets are taken care of, right? So that's what you have to understand. You have to think about what is it that your clients actually want. And if you talk about what is that they actually want, so the resort, instead of the thing that you actually do, aka the plane ride, then you will make a lot more money. However, if you never figure out what your clients want and you just talk about the plane ride and you just talk about the thing that you actually sell, then you can guarantee that you're not going to turn a profit, right? Or not a big one anyway, right? So that's the second thing, is never figure out what your clients actually want. The third thing is avoid discomfort at all costs, right? Fail one time and then just quit because it's uncomfortable, right? Because if anything is uncomfortable, then we should just quit, right? Well, that's actually the third way to guarantee that your law firm will never make a profit. Never be uncomfortable, right? Because no one who has ever been successful has ever been uncomfortable, right? Well, you know that that's not true, right? So if you want to make money, you've got to be willing to do what others are not willing to do. So if you are not willing to be uncomfortable for a little while, and if you're just going to quit the first time something doesn't work, then you can guarantee that you're not going to make a profit, right? You're not going to make any money. Next thing, never follow up with prospects. Never follow up with leads. That is a great way to not make a profit with your law firm. And the reason why is because only 3% of any given market is actually ready to hire you. And most people, I think it's 82%, require 5 touches with a brand before they actually hire anybody. So what that means is that if you're just going to rely on that one touch, then you're going to go after that same 3% that everyone else is going after. You're going to ignore 97% of the market, and you're not going to make a profit, right? So if you don't want to make any money, don't follow up with anybody. That's the easiest thing. Just after they leave your office or if they visit your website, don't have follow-up ads going out. What does Amazon know? Amazon spends millions, probably billions of dollars on remarketing, retargeting. When you go to a website, you leave, and all of a sudden ads for that website are everywhere. Don't do that. Amazon doesn't know what they're doing. Jeff Bezos, he only built a space program. He doesn't know what he's doing, right? So if you don't want to make a profit, don't do any follow-up with your prospects. Now, the next thing is that if you don't want to make a profit for your law firm, the easiest way to do that is just wait for the perfect opportunity to make changes and to do things, right? Just, there's going to be lots of opportunities that come along. If you just wait for them, just sit on your hands and just wait, then you're never going to make a profit, right? So most of the time, 99% of the time, when something needs to be done, we are not ready to do it, right? You need to hire somebody, you don't feel like you're ready. You need to launch a new ad campaign, you don't feel like you're ready. You need to do this, you need to do that, you're not ready for it. Do it anyway, right? Do it anyway. There will never be a perfect opportunity, right? So if you want to just sit around and wait for the perfect opportunity to come along for you to hire the right person, for you to put in systems, for you to do whatever, then congratulations, you're not going to make a profit. You're not going to be successful if you always wait for the perfect opportunity, because the perfect opportunity will never come. Now, the next thing, number 6, if you don't want to make a profit with your law firm, don't worry about reviews and don't worry about social proof. Don't ask clients to leave you testimonials. Don't ask them to leave you Google reviews. Don't worry about that stuff, because if you don't want to turn a profit, that's the best way to do it. Don't let anybody know what it's like to work with your law firm. Don't let anybody know what great results you get. And what will happen is fewer and fewer people will work with your law firm, and you'll have fewer and fewer opportunities to get great results for people because you didn't get any social proof, right? So if you want to not make a profit, don't worry about social proof. Don't worry about reviews. Just don't do any of that, right? Number 7, here's the other thing. This is a really good one. If you don't want to make a profit, then do what everyone else is doing. Just look at what your competitors are doing, look at what all the other law firms in your market are doing, and just do exactly what they're doing, right? Because, if you don't want to make a profit, the easiest way to do that is by just not standing out from anyone, just being just another face in the crowd, just like everyone else. So that's the easiest thing to do. If you don't want to make a profit, don't do what others are doing, right? Now, the next thing, if you don't want to make a profit, this is number 8, is don't find strategic partners who can send you free business, right? There's tons and tons of people out there, of other businesses out there that serve the same audience as you, who you're not competing with. And there's businesses and services that people need before they hire your service, at the same time as using your service, and after using your service. Ignore all of them. Don't contact any of them. Don't try to form strategic partnerships with any of them, because what will happen is they'll end up sending you business, sending you referrals for free, and that will actually give you a profit. So don't do that. You don't want to do that, because if you do that, then you're going to make a profit. So if you want to avoid profit at all costs, do not reach out to any strategic partners in your market and try to form partnerships with them where they can send you leads and you can send them leads, right? Just have a scarcity mindset. That's what you need to do. Number 9, now this is a great one. If you want to make sure that you don't make a profit, hire dumb people, right? Just hire idiots. Hire idiots that work for you. Don't hire A players. Hire incompetent people. Hire people that you can't trust. Hire people that are lazy. Hire people that are rude to your clients. And congratulations, you will have a very, very unprofitable law firm, right? So if you don't want to make a profit, don't hire smart people. In fact, you should hire dumb people, right? And finally, the number 10 way, the 10th way, now there's so many more, but these are just the top 10 that I picked out. The 10th way that you can guarantee your law firm won't make a profit is go into this with the mindset that you are a lawyer, not a business owner, right? You don't have to worry about how to run a business because you're a lawyer. It doesn't matter. You're just going to be good at lawyering, and all the other stuff will fall into place, right? Wrong. Absolutely wrong. If you want to make a profit, then you need to be a business owner first who happens to run a law firm, and oh yeah, you happen to be a lawyer, right? In that order. But if you don't want to make a profit, then just say, I'm a lawyer, I don't need to worry about all this other stuff, right? So those are the 10 ways that you can guarantee that your law firm won't make a profit. Now, obviously, I'm being facetious in this entire thing. These are all things that you should absolutely not do. They're terrible things to do. But what we're doing is we're using inversion thinking, just like Charlie Munger said, right? So if you want to have a profit for your law firm, let's go back to the list. First of all, only take financial advice and only take advice from people who are already achieving the things that you want to achieve, right? The easiest way to be successful is find someone who's already doing the thing you want to do and ask them or pay them to tell you how they did it. That's the easiest thing to do. Never assume that you're always right, and always hire a coach. This is the hack to life. This is the secret to shaving years and years and years off of how long it takes you to be successful. The second thing is figuring out exactly what your clients want. If you can figure out exactly what they want and you can offer to solve their specific problem for their reasons, then they will hire you every single time. The next thing is just understand that you're going to be uncomfortable sometimes. And the thing is that the discomfort is what separates the winners from the losers. To be totally honest with you, when you go to the gym, is it comfortable the first time when you go to the gym? It's not. It's extremely uncomfortable. It's painful, even the next day. But after you go to the gym a couple times, a couple weeks, a couple months, it starts being really good. And what ends up happening? You start looking better, you start feeling better, you start performing better, and it actually becomes enjoyable. And you're so much further ahead than all the people who aren't doing anything. Discomfort is the body growing, and it's you know, they say pain is weakness leaving the body. That's exactly what it is, right? So if you want to be successful, you got to accept that sometimes you're just going to be uncomfortable, right? Never follow up with prospects. This is terrible advice. You should follow up with every single prospect, everyone that visits your website, everyone that contacts you on social media, everybody that comes in for a consultation, everybody that ends up on your email list. You need to follow up over and over and over and over and over again. And you will get more clients than you can imagine just by following up, just by doing this one thing, just by putting a follow-up system in. The next thing is, look, the opportunity is never going to be perfect, right? You just got to accept that sometimes you just got to jump in, whatever it may be, whether it's hiring somebody, whether it's firing somebody, whether it's expanding to a new practice area, whether it's hiring a new marketing company, whether it's launching a new marketing initiative. The time is never going to be right. You got to hold your breath, jump in and do it, right? And then what will happen is you'll figure it out and it will work itself out one way or another, right? The next thing is social proof and reviews. This is one of the biggest hacks in growing a business. Just get tons and tons of social proof, because if other people believe, if people see other people had a great experience with you, then they are more likely to believe that they will have a great experience as well. Next thing, do not do what everyone else is doing. You've got to be different. If you want to be different, then prove you're different by being different. Next one, find strategic partners. There's so many strategic partners in your market that you can trade leads with back and forth over and over and over again that will send you free business, right? Find strategic partners. And then finally, hire A players for your law firm. And the next thing, as I said before, assume that you are a business owner first who happens to own a law firm. And by the way, also you're a lawyer, right? So if you do those 10 things, then you will be much more successful and you will absolutely make a massive profit with your law firm.